if you have more money, you definitely want to either get yourself the convertible, because it's way more fun to just push the button and not have to worry about this. However, the Targa top, which I have, does make it look better because you have more room in the back, and obviously it just looks like a better vehicle. But make sure that if you are getting a C7, that you get the Z51 package. It'll give you additional cooling on this side over here, which is nice. You'll get magnetic ride control. So essentially the suspension will be running on magnets, and you can tweak it. If you want it to be soft when you're driving around and the roads are horrible, like what you see here, like the roads look like absolute crap here, but basically it would make it softer and it would make it quieter too. So like if you're going on a long trip and you don't want to have to worry, you could also tweak it for better performance when you're driving on the track. You also get a completely different transmission with the Z51 package. So whatever you do, make sure that you get the Z51 package. Almost every single Corvette owner that buys a Corvette that does not get the Z51 package regrets it in the end, because you get much better transmission. The transmission will have different types of gear ratios, and it'll just operate way, 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 way better. So if you can, get that. Some people have tried to add the upgrades afterwards. It's just too hard to do that. I do not recommend doing that. You're gonna have to take it apart. I mean, who wants to deal with all that nonsense? It's just a huge pain in the ass. So just get what you need, and yeah, that way you don't have to upgrade anything. Although you can get upgrades, it'll be annoying in the future, but it could be more fun once you get used to it. So something that I noticed, because I don't have the Z51 package, when I'm trying to accelerate, it is more like a muscle car, where it jerks you around, where you feel kind of like you're in danger, which actually is one of the benefits. It's one of the fun things about having a American muscle car. What's weird though is that the Corvette it has European styling with American muscle. So that has never been done before. It is truly an amazing thing. Woo! Yeah, baby. That is fun. Yeah, there's definitely something awesome about being able to accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. It's just, well, it's more like 4 seconds, but still very fun, very awesome. Now, being able to drive around with the top down, it's just so much more fun to have the open air experience, to be able to breathe the air, to be able to look up and see the sky, and just to kind of look around. You just feel like you're more connected with the world when you have the top down. Whew, that maneuverability is so nice. One of the things I love about this ride is that it looks good from all angles. I mean, look at it. Freaking amazing. Just got kids jumping on the freaking motorcycles. Oh, that did not sound good. So cool, it absorbs whatever color is in the area. So if it's really blue outside, it'll turn blue. And the trees, seeing the reflection of the tree is just absolutely phenomenal. Wow. Oh yeah, I also want to give a shout out to Andobil for hooking me up with this selfie tripod. It's pretty quite awesome actually. It can support a camera on top, and I also have a ring light that I disabled it, took it off so I can use it to film today. All right, let's go ahead and get in and take this out for a spin. So the first thing you notice about the Corvettes is that the drive is kind of rough, but it's really, really fun. That's the main reason why you get a sports car, because it's actually extremely fun. All of the different Corvettes basically perform differently. Like, none of them perform the same. So this particular model that I have here, it can do 0 to 60 in like 3.8 seconds, which is pretty impressive. First time you drive one of these, it's like completely night and day. There's nothing like driving a Corvette. Really, maybe nothing like driving a sports car, because sports cars in general are they're just completely different from driving sedans, from driving vans or SUVs. They're really just not the same. Part of what makes a sports car fun is that you get basically an insane amount of power, right? You get really good handling, so your handling is just phenomenal. And the Corvettes in particular actually sound really nice too. Like, they got a great exhaust, but I think most of the sound is probably coming from, I think, the engine. Well, it's probably a combination of engine plus exhaust. It's considered kind of a quieter Corvette. I think the C6 was a little bit louder than the C7, but the C7 gets loud when you start going quick. What's really crazy is the really good gas mileage you get with this vehicle. So most people think that the V8, you're gonna get like terrible gas mileage. Totally not true. You can get anywhere from, the best I've seen is 42 mpgs, so 42 miles per gallon. Or if you drive kind of crazy, kind of like a maniac, you could get about maybe 16, 18, maybe 20 mpgs. If you just kind of drive crazy every now and then, maybe you can get like 26 mpgs. Every Corvette generation is basically different. So we have 8 different generations, and each of them kind of have their own style, their own quirks, and basically what makes them unique. We're going to cover pretty much everything you need to know about all of the Corvettes. We're going to place more emphasis C7 because that's the vehicle that I have right now. But we'll cover the C8, which is the latest one that was released. I'll talk about all the different trim levels, what the performance is like, pricing. Essentially, this will be like an all-in-one video. You won't really need to watch other videos. I mean, I would encourage you to watch them regardless. The way I'm setting this video up is you shouldn't really need too many other videos. And on top of that, I'm also going to be replying to all comments. Really help you guys out. Like, if you're stuck between making like a specific decision, I can definitely help you out. So one of the first questions people ask is, which Corvette should you get? Well, it really depends on how much money you have and what kind of like level of performance you want to get. If you want to get like the best performance, you can get like a C5, a C6, or a C7, and then if you have like a lot of money, a C8. But if you don't have a lot of money, oh man, that's nice. If you don't have a lot of money, you can get a C4 for maybe about $10,000, maybe $8,000. You can get C3s for about $5,000, $6,000. And even C5s you can get for about $15,000. So really, there's a Corvette for every type of budget. It really doesn't matter like kind of how much money you make. You can maybe start with the C3 and you can work your way up to like the C4, after you pay off your C3 or whatever. Or you can get like, let's say, a C4, and then you can add specific upgrades. You can upgrade the engine, you can upgrade, the exhaust. You can add different like body panels to achieve different things. You can get different types of tires. There's kind of a lot of different things you can do. Like the Corvette modding community is pretty cool. One of the things I really like about this car is when you're driving around, people just straight up talk to you about it. Like, it's really unexpected that they would do something like that, but they do. Like, they seek you out and then they talk to you about it. It's really fun. Somebody gets a Corvette, they become like a Corvette fan for life. So that's pretty awesome. And the great thing is, during COVID, you're not getting pulled over. You're literally not getting tickets, and you can basically just kind of enjoy the ride. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of it. I was actually expecting at least a few tickets by now, but haven't really gotten any. So I think that's pretty great. I'm kind of a lucky guy that hasn't happened. So now's actually one of the best times to get a Corvette. Some of the Corvette prices have gotten really insane. Like for instance, C7 Corvette has gone up in price by anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000, and the prices are changing almost daily. The vehicle itself it's actually becoming kind of more rare than you'd expect. So the expensive Corvettes, the supply is shrinking right now. But the cheaper Corvettes like the C4, C5, and C6, those actually could be dropping in price. So it really kind of depends on what you're looking for. My best advice is get the Corvette that you can afford, and then when you're ready, you can either upgrade it or just get a completely different, newer Corvette. But regardless of which one you get, you're definitely going to get like really good handling, you're going to get great performance, and you really don't meet too many Corvette owners that regret buying their Corvettes. Like when I was in the market for a new vehicle, I literally tried every single brand. I went out there, I went to every single car dealership, I test drove Lexus, Acura, Honda, I test drove Fords, pretty much any car I can get my hands on, I test drove it. I tested out the C6 on Turo, and I drove it around. I rented it from a guy who runs a mini mart called Milano Mart. I'll have links in the description if you guys ever want to rent any of his vehicles, but really cool guy, real nice. And yeah, the Corvettes leave such a crazy impression on you. It's quite insane the kind of impression that it leaves on you. Like, it's this low, but I guess that's normal.
Oh yeah, like I said, that's why one reason I like Corvette, because of that low and wide.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
And this is my #1 rental.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Nobody's renting the Miatas, huh?
Oh no, and Miata's popular too.
Yeah. I like that you can see everything very easily in the Miatas.
Yeah, take video of that.
Yeah, video's nice. It's cool. Oh, nice. You got Bluetooth set up and everything.
Yeah, so if you want a password, is 6666, okay?
6666, all right.
Yeah, well.
All right, 95K miles. I really like all these gauges.
And a full tank of gas.
Yeah. Cool.
Done. Submit. Then your ID.
Sure.
The radar detector, you can use it if you like. You don't have to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's off right now, I'm assuming?
You plug it in here, right?
Oh.
And then you can use this here for charge your phone.
Nice. That's funny. I brought all that stuff with me, but I guess I didn't need to.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people did do, just in case I don't have it, you know.
Yeah. That could be something good to put in the app, in the Turo app. Say you have all that stuff with you already. Because I didn't see any pictures of the interior at all, I don't think.
Well, it's in there. You got to go through like the whole picture.
Oh, really? Cool. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Insurance, registration's all in there, manual.
Manual's okay. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Alright, that makes sense.
And you should have a heads-up displays, you know, later when, you know, see this thing here, you will see it. You can adjust the heads-up display, the arrow up and down. And then the mode, you can you can set the odometers, different, design wherever you want.
Cool. Yeah, I'll play around with that. Yeah, neat.
And then, like I said, the gas thing switch right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And then I don't know when you want to try sport mode or not. It's like paddle shift. You ever done that before?
Nah, I probably won't be doing that. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, I guess it has it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. But you do sport mode, you stick it in anytime, and then normally the car starts out in second gear, not first gear.
Gotcha.
I just recommend leaving second gear because first gear is too high.
Yeah.
That's why they do it in second gear.
Gotcha.
And all you do is just put in sport mode, and then it's still in automatic until you start upshift.
Until you start doing
plus,
that.
Push down, that's upshift.
Gotcha.
You want downshift, it's just go like this. That's downshift.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing when you turn this and that.
Yeah.
Then I leave this here for you. You can use this here.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
See that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. If it's in your way, just throw it in the compartment.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can lock and lock. Any questions?
No, that answers everything.
Yep. Have a good time. Just take care of my
Thanks.
baby.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
You like her,
Yeah. I'm looking to buy one, so we'll see. Yeah.
Well, this one here has extra stuff like aftermarket stereo.
That I appreciate.
Speakers,
Oh yeah.
and the black rims and.
That probably adds a couple thousand, right?
Yeah. It has the special exhaust. Corsa.
Okay.
Stock exhaust doesn't sound mean like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. That's neat.
All right, so 9 o'clock.
Hey, sun's coming out too.
Yeah,
Nice.
So 9 o'clock, the wipers are here.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
If you're early, late, just text me.
Yeah.
You don't have to back it up like this. Just one of these spots, pull straight in.
Okay. Yeah.
We got checkout too.
And if I want another day, is it?
You can change it on the app.
Cool.
Day or
Okay.
time.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good.
Come on in, buddy. He's gonna drive you over there.
All right. Do you know how to get into one of these?
Not really.
Okay. So you just push the button over here. There's a button. You got to push kind of hard, and then it should just open. Give it a shot.
Sticky. Yep. There you go. Oh, if it doesn't open, you can try it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so let's take a quick look at it. So one thing that I noticed kind of right away is it's like really low, which is kind of cool. Got the keyless entry. Actually, apparently there was a system installed by the guy. Go ahead, have a seat in it, and I'll show you what the HUD looks like. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can just turn it on, and then you'll be able to see the HUD. Yeah. But you might have to stick your hand in there. Well, I guess I could show you through here, basically. And do you see that? Yeah. And so you can move it around too if you want to, like, just kind of cool. I like all these gauges. This is like really useful information. Like on my Ford, I was always like, how much battery do I have in my car? I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid because there's no freaking, how do I tell? Yeah. Because sometimes I try to start the engine and I'm like, it's like not starting, or I don't know what's going on. Right. If I would have had the gauge visible, I would know when I need to charge it. Some people carry these little portable battery pack things where you can jump start your battery. And I was thinking about getting one of those. And then there's also this thing. This is where you store all your stuff. So let me just pop that open. Yeah. Does this work? So the guy who he apparently has like 8 different cars, and he basically just like rents out all the cars, and so you can put a bunch of stuff in here. Apparently some of them have more room than others, like some Corvettes, and this one's pretty old, so it's a 2007. Yeah, and I don't really like how he did this. This just looks extreme. But there might be other ways, but this is like a cheap way of doing it. And I don't really like that much bass anyway in most of my music, so it kind of doesn't really matter, I think, for me. But he said he also upgraded the exhausts. So the exhausts are kind of cool. They're like upgraded. Yeah.
This car here almost got me a divorce.
Oh wow, really?
I give like a young chick a ride, you know. My wife go, "Why you give her a ride? Why you want to ride in a Corvette?"
That's funny. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good overall. I don't think anything happened. Like the first 2 minutes when I was driving, I just peeled out just a little bit because it was raining, you know.
Oh yeah.
But after that, I was very cautious. I really warmed myself up.
Shit,
Yeah.
my other Corvette.
Wanted to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about Andobil products or any of the vehicles that we've reviewed, definitely leave a comment down below and I will definitely help you out. In this next episode, in episode 5, we're going to be talking about how the Corvette does attract a lot of attention and how you get friends, how the car gives you friends. I also share my experience of how I was randomly flagged down and invited to a car club. That's right, I was invited to a car club. That's a really cool experience. We talk about the dangers of driving a sports car. We also examine the front and backup cameras. We talk about the internal lighting. And I compare the C7 to the C8, the latest iteration. That's all coming up on episode 5. Hope to see you guys there. Cheers. And if you haven't already, subscribe.